YouTube? MrRampro here, and we're going to do a really quick how-to video on how to add G10 scales to your Swiss Army knife. And let's go ahead and get started. I will start with giving you a little sneak peek of the Becker Remora. I don't know if you can see it too well in the lighting, but turned out pretty well. We'll do another up-close video of this inside with some better lighting. But anyways, we start off with blank G10 scales. You can buy these off the internet. There's a couple of dealers out there. Knife Maker USA or USA Knife Maker, something like that. I can't remember. I'll put the link down in the bottom of the video, and that's where I got these scales. They were about $3 a piece for a pair. So you're just seeing the singles here, but for the pair you get $3, something like that, $3.50. Now I'll take the scale popped off of the Swiss Army knife and trace it out on a slab of 1/8" G10. So you got multiple colors and all kinds of other stuff to choose from, but this is kind of where you'll be headed. Anyways, trace it out. You'll do a rough cutout. You can do all this with a Dremel, by the way. You'll do a rough cutout with your cutting wheel on your Dremel tool, and the slower you go, the easier it is to control, but it's obviously going to be slower speed-wise down there on the variable speed. This is the Dremel tool 4000 too, by the way. The slower speed you go, you got better control, I think, but it wants to jump a little bit. You go faster, you run the risk of cutting something you don't want to, kind of hurt yourself. Just kind of be careful, play with your speed. I usually run it about, let's see, 25, so I guess it'd be 25,000 RPMs, and run it somewhere right around there. That's about as fast as I run it, cutting through the G10. You don't want to burn it. Just using a regular cutting wheel, and that gives you the rough cut G10 scales. Now I take the original scale I popped off of my SAK, my SAK, and super glue it just in a couple of spots. You want to be able to take it off to the scale itself that you just rough cut out, and that gives me something like this. This one still needs a detail around the Phillips head, but this allows you to follow the exact contour that you need and to get a really decent cutout. We're doing a couple of them today. So you can see now all I have to do is take my sanding wheel on my Dremel tool, sand around the edges, and I can get a really clean cutout scale. Take another knife and pop the scale off. Obviously just a demonstration there, but pop the scale off, and that leaves me with just the scale. The only thing I'll have to do after that is take the rotary file, which is a ball file. Sorry, let me come over here. These are all versions of rotary files. They're all in here just because my shop is a mess all the time. So if I can find a rotary file in here for you, you'll know exactly what I'm talking about. Let's see. And there's tons of these little accessory kits you can get, obviously. Well, I don't see a rotary file in here. I have one somewhere. It's probably on top of my mini beer fridge. That's usually my collection point. But anyways, you take the rotary file and you'll dig, kind of scoop out like a melon baller, and scoop out the point that your rivets and all that stuff will be under this scale. So you'll mark it. What I usually do is take a Sharpie and color the little standoffs, the little brass pins, and then if I line it up and stick it to the back side of that scale. It'll transfer off on that scale, giving me a reference point. Dig it out, and just there it's from bouncing and fitting it, just back and forth until you have a flush fit. Take some 5-minute epoxy, which is on the other side of my very crowded garage, and glue it to it, and then you end up with the final result. You know, obviously you can texture it whichever way you want, and all that kind of stuff. Get it nice and smooth. Been EDC in this since the video went up. I don't remember. I would say maybe a week and a half, whatever it was that I actually finished this out, and absolutely love it. Love it to death, man. It's freaking sweet. So, gonna do a couple more. Got some off eBay. A couple of the same, like a Recruit, and then a Tinker. And then I've got the Super Tinker I've had for a while with the painted black scales. We're going to go ahead and switch out. And we're doing a couple other knives too. I don't want to show them to you yet. I want to make sure they turn out well and give you guys a good little surprise. But we're coming out with some really cool ones. So we'll just let you guys see those when they show up. But let me see if we can't put this one. It might be extremely bright. Okay, I don't think that's actually working. I can't see the screen, but at Becker Remora, we'll do another video after I finish these inside and let you guys see how they're going. Anyways, I appreciate you watching. I would definitely encourage you to do it. Really cheap, really easy to do. And as soon as I finish these, here in about an hour or so, we'll and fast. The process is extremely fast. Going from cutting out to finished product, you can get there after you do it a couple of times. You can get there within an hour. So definitely a pretty quick process and easy to do. Fun to kind of customize your own knives and stuff like that. So we'll see you guys in the next video, and y'all be good.